And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Davis Ford pregame show. I'm Adam Gore. Jim Ingram in the house as well, as we've got a lot to get to here on the Davis Ford pregame show as we start the countdown to that First American National Bank opening kick. And, Jim, the Indians are 2-0 in the year, ranked number 10 in the nation. And, my, oh, my, we've got a big test tonight against the number 5 team in the nation, Northwest.
Looking forward to it, Adam. Had a great win last weekend on the road at Hines. We were very anxious to see how we respond on the road and had a great second half to take over the game. And you got to remember, we're playing Northwest at Northwest tonight. They're 2-0, and they're the defending national champions.
Yeah, so no small task ahead of the Indians tonight as well. This is a game. Last year we were in it. We had them. It came down to a Hail Mary pass that was deflected and eventually intercepted for Northwest to preserve the victory and eventually go on to the national championship. Just talk about that. Just this rivalry over the years has been one that's been intense. And it's been pretty competitive.
No doubt about it. And last year showed that we could play with them. I think we had a lot of confidence playing with them last year. And with us starting out this year 2-0, renewed confidence, the team is ready, the coaches are ready. We should have a good crowd there tonight supporting the Indians, so we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And a special event tonight that ICC is partnering with Northwest. It'll be a special event at halftime. It's the Childhood Cancer Awareness Month here in September, something that ICC is proud to sponsor with Northwest tonight.
It's outstanding tribute to do this, and we're looking forward to it.
We've got more of the Davis Ford pregame show to get to here, as we'll be back with more right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is your final. Northwest 31, ICC 24.
So let's go out there today and let's show them why we did what we did last week. And we got to be ready to weather the storm now. You understand what I'm talking about? They're going to come out. The guns are blazing now. We got to answer. We got to answer that challenge they're going to give us. We got to keep pouring it on. It's going to take all 55 in here, 11 on O, 11 on D, and make plays in the kicking game. Everybody got that? All right. Let's go out there today and get after somebody.
Take shoes off, let your head out, and all night long. Roll your feet out, just spit out, and all night long. We're gonna rock this house until we knock it down. So turn the volume loud, 'cause it's spinning to the edges. So baby, make just like cake, better let yourself go. Let yourself go. I say before we kick the bucket, life's too short to not go for broke. We're gonna rock this house until we knock it down. So turn the volume loud, 'cause it's spinning to the edges. So crank the bass up like crazy and let yourself go. Let yourself go. I say before we kick the bucket, life's too short to not go for broke.
You're looking at a Ram 2500? Try looking at it next to a Ford Super Duty diesel. The 6.7-liter Power Stroke V8 in Super Duty has best-in-class diesel horsepower and 860 pound-foot of standard torque. Ram 2500 doesn't. With F250 Super Duty, you also get best-in-class diesel fuel economy. Ram 2500 burns more fuel, and Super Duty also gives you more payload. Ram 2500 doesn't have that kind of payoff. Now you can see why, from sunup to sundown, on job sites everywhere, Ford Super Duty owns work.
And welcome back to the Davis Ford pregame show, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Gore, Jim Ingram here as we've got the countdown to that First American National Bank opening kickoff rolling here. And Mr. Jim, it was a big week last week. A tough test always whenever you hit the road for the first time of the year. The Indians answered the bell in a big way. Slow start for the Indians. There's no doubting that, but the Indians found the way in the third quarter and just put the game away with 31 unanswered points against the Eagles.
Outstanding second half. I think Sean Cannon and the staff did an excellent job at halftime, making some adjustments. Told the team, let's play physical. We played physical. Both quarterbacks played well. Offense, defense, special teams took over, and we took control in the third and fourth quarter and ran away with the game.
Yeah, I believe both quarterbacks threw for over 180 yards in the game, but Dan Ellington, again, the freshman from Center Hill, had 5 touchdowns in the ball game. Somehow didn't get Player of the Week, but still, Dan Ellington and Peyton Bender being a very dangerous combination at quarterback.
No doubt about it, and Dan Ellington does it not only passing but with his feet. Very intelligent young man, a lot of charisma, playing extremely well at a high level, and Bender was throwing darts last week. Looked very good throwing the ball. So we got 2 fine quarterbacks leading us.
And the defense made it happen again. There was a lot of questions coming into the season just how good this defense would be after losing 15 to 16 top of tacklers from last season. But the Indians, not just one person is doing it. It has been a great team effort all across the board by the Indians.
I looked at the stats. We have 24 players that have made tackles so far this year, and the top 2 or 3 tacklers are defensive backs and linebackers making 8 and 6 tackles each.
And you take a look at a guy by the name of Zach Ellis last week. What a week he had. Wednesday, he was in Georgia playing soccer, played for about 70 minutes, came from Georgia, got back after midnight, got up, hit the road with the football team, head down to Hines. I believe he had 8 kickoffs, 6 extra points, made a 17-yard field goal, which, by the way, is the shortest possible field goal in the game of football. And then after that, loaded up and went right back to Hines to play again in soccer on Friday. So Zach Ellis, man, what an Iron Man he has been for not only the football team but also the men's soccer team.
Zach's a warrior, and as you mentioned, last Thursday night he was 8 for 9. On extra points, hit the field goal. Mm-hmm. He's second in scoring for the team. He's doing a great job, not only in soccer but football.
Absolutely. Well, earlier in the week, video operations coordinator Raphael Henry had a chance to catch up with Coach Sean Cannon to talk about the victory over the Eagles last week, as well as talk about the upcoming game tonight against the Rangers.
All right, Coach, big road win against Hines this past week. Just talk about that road win.
It was good to, first road trip, kids' experience to get on the road and, and play in a different environment, than home. And I think that kind of, kids were not really prepared for it as well, being a road game in junior college. But thought they came out and responded in the third quarter, and then kind of put the game away during that time. But, real proud of their effort. And it was always good to get a road win in any sport, especially football.
Got 5 touchdowns out of your offense. Just talk about the way they got up and down the field a little bit.
Yeah, we gave up the touchdown early, and to go down, I guess 6-0, 7-0, and then our offense responded there, and then, and I think getting the turnovers early in the third quarter really helped us, set us up in good field position, so anytime you can change momentum plays into points, it's always big for your team.
Talk about your defense a little bit as well. I mean, those guys stepped up again. Another big game for them. They played well.
They did, and we knew Hines had a really good receiving core, and they hit the long touchdown on us, which is not good to give up big plays. But I thought that we got after the quarterback pretty good, applied some pressure, and we was able to get them in some things that some long yardage situations, and then was able to get the scoop and score there on the fumble, which was big to get that to get that for our kids.
All right. Now you're getting ready to go into division play, North Division play. Mm-hmm. Just it's on the road as well. Just talk about preparing you guys for the division road game.
Yeah, Northwest, really good football program. Everybody knows what they did last year. They've started off 2-0 record this year. And they do a great job. They've got really good players, and this will be by far one of the best teams we played this year. And and this is what I told the kids this week. I said our season really starts now. The 2 South wins are really good for our record, but really, you look at it, really means nothing to us now. This is where we got to make our money these next few games in our division play. So, going to be important to start fast, start well. Can't start in a hole and those type things. So, practice this week. That's one thing we've been talking about is putting together a 60-minute game this week.
Talk about the matchup between us and Northwest. Just talk about some of the things that you see.
Yeah, really good defense. They bring a lot of pressure. Their front four is really active. Got some really good linebackers. And I think they've had 3 interceptions over the last 2 games. I know one was returned for a touchdown, one for about 60 yards. So they're really good at causing turnovers defensively, offensively. Really kind of a ground and pound and then throw over the top on you. Got 2 really good backs that run real hard, and they do some good things in the run game that give you a lot of problems as far as where you got to fit and everything. The quarterback's very solid. He's going to make the right reads, make the right throws, and so the thing we got to do is keep the ball in front of us again, and we got to get try to force them into long yardage situations. But they do a really good job. Special teams. I think their kicker was a special teams player of the week this week in our conference, so they do a good job in the kicking game as well. So it's a very, very balanced matchup. Feel like we got to protect our quarterback, this week just because they bring a lot of pressure, and we've got to control their run game, on defense.
All right. Coach, what's the Bank of Oklahoma keys to victory?
Well, I think just putting together 60 minutes. We played really good in the first half against Gulf Coast, played really good in the third quarter against Hines. Our challenge this week as a team has been to let's get out there and let's put together a full 4-quarter game. I know it'll be a great atmosphere over there. Everybody knows the implications that this game means to both schools. And we've got to protect the football. That's our biggest thing, that we got to be able to protect the football and be able to get those turnovers on our side as well.
With it being a close game, you're looking for some of our fans to come over and support the team?
Absolutely. That's one thing I told the kids Sunday when we got back in for practice, that this is the games that you play for right here. This is why you coach. This is why you play, to play in big games. And our schools know each other very well. Of course, we go against them in every sport, not just football. So the close proximity where we are to them, I think it's just a natural matchup for, the first week of our division play.
All right. Anything else?
Well, want to thank our support. I know I talked to Adam this week about, the fan support we get online watching our games. And I know a lot of times our parents and fans can't make all the road games and can't get to some of our home games, but I think it's always a good avenue to have that for our fans to be able to watch our games and then watch their, maybe watch their kids, watch their grandkids, play football. So I think it's always a great thing to have that ability to be able to do that.
And Mr. Jim, you heard some of Coach Cannon's Bank of Oklahoma keys to victory there as we stepped inside Coach's Corner, being brought to you by the ICC Wesley Foundation. Of course, the ICC Wesley Foundation meeting Tuesday nights at 7. They're located right across from the Davis Event Center. Jim, let's talk about some of your Bank of Oklahoma keys to victory.
Adam, I agree with Coach Cannon. This is a big, important game, and I think stay the course, stay with your game plan. And we talk about this every week. Turnovers are very important, especially on the road tonight. We got to start good in the first half, play 4 quarters of air-free ball, and I think we'll find a way to win.
Absolutely. Northwest is a very defensive, dominant team. ICC has been pretty impressive offensively. So tonight, something's going to have to give.
No doubt about it. And you look at the first 2 games, we've averaged over 500 yards offensively and holding other teams to around 250 yards. We hope that continues tonight. If it does, it should be a W for the Indians.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at tonight's Coca-Cola starting lineups as the countdown to the First American National Bank opening kickoff continues right here on the Davis Ford Pregame Show.
Little Caesars, home of the $5 Hot and Ready Classic, is driving your taste buds crazy with our new loaded Crazy Bread Bites for just $4. We start with our world-famous Crazy Bread, cut into delicious bite-sized pieces. Then we amp up the flavor with creamy cheddar cheese sauce, mozzarella and Munster cheese, and tasty applewood bacon, all baked to perfection. Need more kick? We've added a side of jalapenos. Try our loaded Crazy Bread Bites for just $4, only at Little Caesars.
Pizza. Hi, I'm Adam. And all my life I've been considered a pretty lucky guy.
On the house.
Ah, thanks. For starters, I get upgrades everywhere I go. And I just win things like all the time.
And the winner is this guy.
But you're not this lucky. No one is. So talk to a Farm Bureau agent today, because when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it.
Thanks for this Oreo caramel shake, Kara.
Caramel for Kara. That makes sense.
And Janine for peanut butter.
I don't get it. Why?
Because she reminds me of my ex-girlfriend, Janine, who was nuts.
23 real ice cream shakes, all half price after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
You're looking at a Ram 2500? Try looking at it next to a Ford Super Duty diesel. The 6.7-liter Power Stroke V8 in Super Duty has best-in-class diesel horsepower and 860 pound-foot of standard torque. Ram 2500 doesn't. With F250 Super Duty, you also get best-in-class diesel fuel economy. Ram 2500 burns more fuel. And Super Duty also gives you more payload. Ram 2500 doesn't have that kind of payoff. Now you can see why, from sunup to sundown, on job sites everywhere, Ford Super Duty owns work.
And welcome back to the Davis Ford pregame show as that countdown to the First American National Bank opening kickoff between the number 10 Indians, and number 5 Rangers of Northwest continues here, and we did it the first 2 weeks, and we're going to do it again, folks. We're going to do a different way to introduce the starting lineup as we have done in years past. We're actually going to let the players introduce the starting lineups tonight here, being presented by Coca-Cola and your Northeast Mississippi Coca-Cola bottlers.
Dan Ellington, quarterback, Olive Branch, Mississippi, Center Hill High School.
Altaze Matthews, running back for Stevenson, Alabama, North Jackson High School.
Terry Weed, wide receiver, South Haven, Mississippi, South Haven High School.
Dontavius Bruce, wide receiver, Olive Branch, Mississippi, Olive Branch High School. Dorian Gaston, wide receiver, Ripley, Mississippi, Ripley High School.
Isaiah Howard, wide receiver, Ripley, Mississippi, Ripley High School.
Abraham Austin, offensive line, Olive Branch, Mississippi, Olive Branch High School.
DeMarcus Shaw, offensive line, Batesville, Mississippi, South North High.
Jadarius Little, offensive line, Horn Lake, Mississippi, Horn Lake High School.
Brendan McCormick, offensive line, Olive Branch, Mississippi, Lewisburg High School.
Preston Haynes, offensive line, Olive Branch, Mississippi, Lewisburg High School.
Cody Shields, outside linebacker, Ripley, Mississippi, Ripley High School.
Tyler Logan, linebacker, West Point, Mississippi, West Point High School. Camden Elwood, outside linebacker, Batesville, Mississippi, South North High School. Cavante Marble, defensive back, Houston, Mississippi, Houston High School.
Donald Twilley, defensive back, Batesville, Mississippi, South North High School.
Deion Knox, defensive back, Grenada, Mississippi, Grenada High School.
Quincy Hood, safety, Hamilton, Mississippi, Hamilton High School.
Kenny Wooten, defensive end, Meridian, Mississippi, Meridian High School.
Travis Seiler, defensive end, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Cecil Valley High School.
Malik Steele, defensive tackle, Gordo, Alabama, Gordo High School. Lee Archman, defensive tackle, Albemarle, North Carolina, Albemarle High School.
Zach Ellis, kicker, Tupelo, Mississippi, Tupelo High School. Matthew Stewart, long snapper, Kossuth, Mississippi, Kossuth High School.
And Mr. Jim, we're just moments away from that First American National Bank opening kickoff here in Senatobia. Your final thoughts on the game?
My final thoughts, we appreciate the fans coming tonight. We appreciate everybody listening on the radio, watching on TV. Stay the course. We got a great game plan. Play ICC football. We'll find a way to win.
Absolutely. We do encourage you to follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. And if you're watching here on Let'sGoICCTV.com or listening on FM 95 Sports, hit us up on Twitter. Let us know you're watching or listening. Also, got to give a special shout out to Tiny, who called me this afternoon. He knows who he is. If you don't know who he is watching at home, to give a shout out here. He listens every Thursday night on FM 95 Sports. So, Jim, let's take one more break, and we'll come back with the First American National Bank opening kickoff from Senatobia right after this.
Across our state, in places far and wide, we speak a common language that unites, inspires, and defines us all with only 3 letters. ICC.
I am ICC.
I am ICC.
I am ICC. I am ICC.
I am ICC.
Etowamba Community College, transforming lives, transforming Mississippi.
Hey, brother, there's an endless road to rediscover. Hey, brother, know the water's sweet, but blood is thicker. Oh, the sky comes falling down for you. There's nothing in this world I wouldn't do. What if I'm far from home? Oh, brother, I will hear you call. The sky comes falling down for you. There's nothing in this world I wouldn't do.
Little Caesars, home of the $5 Hot and Ready Classic, is driving your taste buds crazy with our new loaded Crazy Bread Bites for just $4. We start with our world-famous Crazy Bread, cut into delicious bite-sized pieces. Then we amp up the flavor with creamy cheddar cheese sauce, mozzarella and Munster cheese, and tasty applewood bacon, all baked to perfection. Need more kick? We've added a side of jalapenos. Try our loaded Crazy Bread Bites for just $4. Only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.